I hope you guys are ready for this because this trial is fucking nuts. I'm about to talk about the Zachariah Anderson trial case, and I just can't even believe this really happened, to be honest with you. It reminds me of a Lifetime movie, and like, you know how when you watch a movie, you're like, that didn't really happen, that's got a little bit dramatic, it's kind of unbelievable. That's basically this case. The court trial thing was a complete shit show. So without further ado, I'm going to talk about the Zachariah Anderson case. I'm going to start at May 19th, 2020. 40-year-old Rosario Gutierrez Jr. has been reported missing. Sadie Beecham, keep her in mind, she was his girlfriend at the time. She couldn't reach him, and normally she said on the stand that he would say goodnight to her, text or call, and she didn't hear anything from him. His friends and family and his kids hadn't heard from him either. He was also missing at work, which wasn't like him. The police and his girlfriend Sadie arrived to his apartment, and it's pretty disturbing what they find. Glass patio sliding door was completely open, and there was just blood literally everywhere, on the floors, the ceilings, the carpet, the wall, all over household items. It was a complete bloodbath. They also discovered his wallet with his ID and credit cards and cash in the back of the freezer. Obviously somebody was trying to hide it, it seems like. And I'm telling you, I don't know why, but that part reminds me of a movie. I shouldn't laugh because it's not funny, but what a fucking idiot. The worst part is 3 years later, his body still hasn't been found or discovered. Now, at this point, you're wondering, where does Zachariah Anderson fit in all this? So let me break it down for you. Zachariah had been on and off again with Sadie Beecham, and they had children together, and it was a really rocky type of relationship, on and off. Really rocky. They did have kids together, and so at this time, you know, every other weekend they would split the kids. This is where Zachariah got the great idea that he was just going to start spying on them, because I mean, why not? The sickest part though is that he had his 15-year-old daughter there with him while he would be spying. It's been documented in the trial that as soon as the victim and Sadie, his ex, started getting more serious in their relationship is when all hell broke loose, and that's when he started getting really, really jealous, and that's when the spying began. As soon as Sadie and the police saw all this blood, Sadie said, "I have an idea who the suspect could be. It could be my ex, Zachariah." And she said that he had been stalking them for a while now. Of course, the police started looking into Zachariah, and when they searched his van, they had found bleach stains everywhere. They were also able to pick up a little piece of DNA that ended up matching Gutierrez. Like I said, there was different bleach stains all over the back of his work van, but get this, his daughter says that 2 days prior to the police searching, he had like seating back there, but when the police searched it, the seating was all ripped out along with a lot of the carpet as well. Investigators believed that he was killed with a blunt force trauma, something really heavy, because of the way the blood splatter was everywhere. It was like a really vicious crime. They believe that he was hit and the killing happened there and then transported in Zachariah's van to wherever he took him, because like I said, they still haven't found him. Now, he thought he was slick, remember? I feel like in this case, Zachariah, and when I watched the trial, he was like really confident, he gave me like douchebag vibes, like an old sorority guy, like thought he was the shit, thought he was slick. I don't know how to describe it, but I hate him. Anyway, upon further investigation, the police found video of Zachariah at his local Walmart the next day, and he had bought gloves, he had bought trash bags, he had bought sardines and wipes as well. As the investigation continued, the police also found burn pits out in his backyard of his farm, and in the burn pit they found bottles of bleach, and it was the same bleach that was bought from that Walmart, along with his burnt up clothes as well. So then his 15-year-old daughter gets on the stand, and I'm going to read some of this to you because I don't want to mess up her wording. Her father, Zachariah, asked her to spy on her mother and record every single time my mother would get upset. She also testified that he would frequently bring up Gutierrez when she saw him. Then, not long before Gutierrez's disappearance, Zachariah also allegedly took his daughter with him to spy on the couple. On the night of April 24th, less than 1 month before the killing, she said that her father had driven them both to her mother's home to watch Mrs. Beecham and Gutierrez through the window. Zachariah also went through Gutierrez's truck and took photos of the vehicle, the license plate, and the registration. She said he rang the doorbell of the home and then fled. She also said that her father told her about his plans to follow his love rival, who he referred to as using a racial slur. He said something about showing him who the man was, and I didn't quite understand, she says. But you kind of caught on to things that my dad was referring to or implying, she said. My dad said to me, he said, I may just watch him or follow him to his house one time just for the fun of it. And those were his exact words to me, she said. That's got to be so hard as a 15-year-old to get up there and testify against your father. I can't even imagine. And I got to tell you, they were like pretty hard on her. And I give this girl a lot of credit because she was so sassy, and I'm just so proud of her, and I just love her. But one dramatic moment unfolded inside the courtroom on March 15th when Zachariah appeared to send a signal warning to his daughter to stop talking as she testified against him. He put his finger up like this, like almost telling her to hush or to be quiet. I told you. He's just a cocky asshole. I hate him. Zachariah chose not to testify in his defense, and I'm really upset that he didn't. I really had high hopes that he would because he was just so confident and cocky and just scum. Finally, on March 22nd, the verdict was announced. Zachariah was convicted of first-degree intentional homicide, hiding a corpse, and stalking. And then, sadly, 3 years later, they never found Gutierrez's body. And that is the crazy case. It's just, I honestly can't believe it didn't get more coverage. This is wild to me, and it's wild to me that this case didn't get much coverage. It's weird. I think this was a very mesmerizing case and strange and out there, and even the judge during the trial had said he felt like he lost all control. But I gotta say, it's been a fun one to watch, but I definitely pray for Gutierrez and his family. It's horrible that he got subjected to a piece of shit, and that's pretty much it for this. I love you guys. I hope you liked it. Stay safe. People are crazy.